Hey everyone, by the way, I just filmed this video and I made a big mistake in it, so I'm going to have to restart this again. Now, first of all, you notice, last video I done about an update on my meds and everything like that, I told you about that I got an iPod Touch. And the video quality was much better than this HD camera on this laptop of mine. So I got an iPod Touch and I basically wanted to do a review on it. So far, I love it, love it, love it. I've had it for 5 days. Maybe I should have waited at least a week before I started to do anything with it. To do a review on it. It came with, now, most, when the iPod 5th generation, this is the 5th generation by the way, not the 6th, and when it first came out it had iOS 7, it shipped with 8 on it because that was the newer iOS, and then when I got it, I put iOS 9 on here. I didn't use it with iOS 8 very long. All I did was set it up, put a few apps on here that I wanted, and then I put my iOS on here, iOS 9. And so far, now earlier this morning I dropped it, from a pretty decent high, face first, and I know I've seen a lot of videos where these crack a lot. The only little thing, I don't know if this camera on my laptop is good enough to even show you this, but if you see on the top right corner right there, you must see a little mark. It's not too noticeable. I dropped it. I'm very clumsy. I drop everything. You give it to me, I will break it eventually, or I will trip over my own 2 feet. I will spill something. It's just common for me. It's just in my blood. So what do I feel about this? Now, first of all, I do want to say, yes, I know, if I had waited, and I wish I did now, if I had waited, I could have gotten the iPod Touch 6th generation, which had double the RAM, about 10 times the processing power. This has an A5 chip in it. The iPod Touch 6th generation had an A8 chip in it with M8 sensors on it, and it also has a better camera. Other than that, it's the same thing, really. The only difference is maybe when iOS 10 comes out, I will not be able to, I dropped it again, I will not be able to get it on this. So maybe in the next year or two, if I have enough money, I probably will buy the 6th generation, or maybe even a 7th generation if they come out. I have a feeling that won't happen though, because it seems like Apple is starting to kind of eventually abandon the whole iPod lineup, and I really hope they don't do that. It was a really revolutionary product, but that's not what this video is about. It's about this, the iPod Touch 5th generation. The reason I got the 5th generation is because I did not know the 6th generation was even out. I had not done a lot of research. I just know ever since the 4th generation came out, I wanted one of these so bad, and I never could get one because I'm not saying that I'm poor. I'm not dirt poor or anything like that. Me and my family, but we're not rich either. And we cannot afford, a lot of Apple products. I'm lucky I got for my birthday a pair of Apple EarPods one time. So, excuse me. So, about the end of the review, I've rambled for 3.5 minutes too long, so let's go into the review. The performance on this is really good for me. It has 512 megabytes of RAM, and I got the 16 gig model. Yeah, I know. Don't even get started. You should have got the 32 gig. It's so much, you have so much more, blah, blah, blah. Just, if you're going to do that, please stop. 16 gigs is more than enough for me. So, basically, this is what it looks like for me. Yes, that is a picture of Troye Sivan in the background. He, right now, is my favorite artist. Well, tied with Lady Gaga. So he's in my background. And, now, one cool thing about this, I can tell you just real quick how you can make calls as long as you have Wi-Fi through an iPod Touch. You have to go on the App Store and download an app called Talkatone. It gives you a number. Now, it did not give me a local number, but, who cares? But I can make calls, and now the disadvantage is you cannot, talk like this on it. It has to be a speakerphone through the speaker on the bottom here. Excuse me again. I'm sorry, I did not get any sleep last night. Like, not even one wink. And it is almost 8 o'clock in the morning. I haven't really used FaceTime yet because this is actually, besides EarPods, the very first Apple product I've ever owned that I've actually been able to hold in my hands that is mine. So, now, as far as iOS goes, I downloaded iOS 9 on it because it came with iOS 8, and I saw, oh wow, new software must be better. Which actually, it did give me 100 megabytes of storage back. So, that was a plus. So, performance-wise, it does really great for me. I don't play a lot of intensive games. Yes, I know for games and just browsing the internet in general that the 6th generation is going to be a lot better because, like I said, it has that A8 chip in it and it has double the RAM. Compared to this, it has 1 gigabyte of RAM compared to the 512 megabytes on this. But overall, this is more than enough for me. Now, maybe in a year or two, I will get on the 6th generation if I can afford it at the time. Hopefully, I'm trying to get a few things, lined up for me to hopefully I can afford some things. But I'm not going to say it doesn't. I don't want to jinx anything. One cool app that I've gotten. Well, first of all, this really isn't even a review. It's just me talking about it. Honestly, I've gone over 6.5 minutes now, but I want to talk about this app I have called Radarscope. I am a weather enthusiast. I want to be a meteorologist when I'm older. I want to go to college for it. I want to make that my career. And this is a cool app called Radarscope. It has all the weather software in my laptop. I'm so sorry. I will learn to edit these one day. It has all the power in my laptop. Not all the power, but all the weather software that's called GR2 Analyst and GR Earth. I have that in an app called Radarscope. All the things that I would look at in that. Reflectivity, look for rain or snow or hail. I have my velocities. I have dual polarization radar. Now, I know a lot of you are like, what the hell is he talking about? Just don't worry about it if you don't know weather. Now, it does everything, like I said, that I need it to do. Now, the only thing is, I've noticed that I've had more than 5 or 6 apps open at a time. Facebook seems to want to crash, or not crash, but freeze up a little bit. But then I close just one app and it goes back to the way it was. That's no really big deal for me. I give this probably 4.8 stars out of 5 because it's not good enough for me to give it a 5 stars out of 5. But, sorry I keep yawning. I have not gotten any sleep. It is, what was I even talking about? I am so sorry. This video is all over the place. I don't even know what I was talking about, but, yeah. I'm probably going to upload this and laugh at myself. And you can laugh along with me too. I really don't care. Oh yeah, now I know what I was going to say. It's not good enough to give it a 5 stars, but it's not bad enough to give it a 4 stars. It's 4.8, but it's close to 5 stars. And I probably would rate the new 6th generation the same thing. So, it does everything I want it to do. I'll do a speed test right now. Now, first of all, something is up with my router on the 5 gigahertz band. I have a dual band router, and for 802.11n, and it is not wanting to work on the 5 gigahertz, but 2 gigahertz is working fine. So I'll do a little speed test, see what I get on here while you guys watch me, or the very few people who are watching me preparing. Just getting the server out of Chattanooga, and testing ping. And there you go. I'm getting over, I was getting over close to almost 20 megabits per second. Okay, now I'm getting over 20 megs. 22, 23, 25, 26. Now I have Charter. We have Charter Spectrum. We get 60 on the down and 4 to 4.5 up. And anyway, that is my little review, if you want to call it that. Thanks for watching. I love you guys. Bye.